day today. We're going to assign KAYSEN'S to a national letter of intent. He's going to be part of our program for the next 25, 30 years till you get married, right?
Girls aren't in the picture.
Exactly. So anyhow, I'm just going to turn it over to Tony and let him go from there. And
you got it, buddy.
We'll fill in.
Yeah, go ahead and tell us your girlfriend's name, man. Don't be afraid to do that.
Who?
Your girlfriend.
Don't be promoting that stuff.
Yeah. Special day, guys. Obviously, we went over yesterday what Friends of Jaclyn was all about. Again, I'm one of those guys, and excuse us if we get a little emotional, me and Dennis, but this is a special day, right? Your job's obviously to enhance quality of life for Kaysen, but it's not going to take long for you to realize he's going to enhance your life too as well. So with that being said, talk about being a piece of the puzzle instead of being the puzzle. And you got a huge piece of your puzzle today. He's going to be a big piece of your puzzle too, and we're so happy to be able to present to you today, Kaysen. And with that being said, I'll turn it over to Dennis Murphy. But thanks for everything, guys.
All right. Well, again, good evening. Pleasure and a privilege to be here. I told you last night I don't take these things seriously. I kind of bug out when I come into these rooms because I always see an exit sign. And, you know, you guys are going to go back to your routine. But I think after tonight, you're going to have a different perspective on your routine. I live for 3 letters, NED. NED is the only thing that matters in my life, and that's no evidence of disease. And we live MRI to MRI for the rest of our life. So with that in mind, you know, I ran over it last night how blessed you guys are. This is D1. You know, what's the statistics? 10% of college, high school athletes go on to college, and then it's play at this level. It gets smaller, and then you can go to the next level. It's even tighter. But embrace this opportunity, embrace this experience. You're going to learn a lot. 2A Street, I told you. You know, from playing football, short-term memory, but they have more to offer than you're going to learn in a classroom, a lecture center, a textbook. That's pretty powerful. And you're going to walk out of here with a great education in athletics, but you know, to be socially aware and have made it a difference, that's pretty powerful. And you're going to carry that with the rest of your life. So, before I introduce some people, OJ and Cindy, raise your hand. That's Kaysen's mom and dad. And then you got James and Nicole. She goes by Dan the man's mom. Okay, these are special people. Get to know them. They're very approachable. I know this is a feeling out thing. There isn't anywhere we won't go as far as answering a question and anything on your mind. Can I do this? Can I do that? They're great people. I'm around a lot of coaches. Like I said, this is a leader. This is a leader right here in Coach Stolte, and they're making a difference in your life, and I'm seeing it right now happen. So you're blessed. You're really blessed. You got the whole 360 package here, besides athletics and academics, to be walking out of here as leaders and already have made a difference in the world is pretty powerful. So thanks, Jeff, for coming out. We really appreciate that. We're on, and where's Blaze? Okay, there we go. You came this morning around Fox 5. We've already got calls back at the office. So, you know, you 2 calls in.
20-year-old girls.
I filter those calls. 2 kids that signed up for the program because of that opportunity at Fox. So you know, thank you. And that's where I'm saying the breadth and the depth of this is you can't process just yet, because you're changing other kids' lives besides Kaysen and Dan. So how did we get here today? There's this bright light, okay, and he's got a really bright light. And I don't want you guys to ever judge a book by its cover. So I'm going to introduce Dan, the man, Dan McCarty, okay, and he's going to bring you up to speed on how this is all put together and how it all happened. So I'm blessed to have met Dan. he'll give you a complete different perspective on life. He might hit you below the waist a couple of times.
I got it.
Yeah. So he's got a sense of humor. He's passionate. He's got a great bright light, and I'm going to throw the ball over to you unless you throw it to me first.
All right. How are you guys? I'm Dan. Thank you guys for giving this opportunity to KAYSEN, because, you know, I've known KAYSEN for about a year now, heavily, and he's a great kid. I might be better than video games at him, but he's still a great kid. But it's okay. But depending on the game, right? But, you know, I just want to explain a few things. You know, first things first, make sure you read that contract fully. I speaker, so he can go read it real quick to make sure it's all good. But you know, but anyways, guys, I just want to say thank you guys for letting us be here. KAYSEN'S had a rough journey, and he will brighten your day, man. He's bright in mine, you know, and when he had those rough times, I would call him, and I'm like, hey, how you doing? And he'd still be calm and composed, and I'm like, dude, how are you still calm and composed and you're going through these rough times? And he's like, well, I'm just playing video games, not thinking about it, and things like that. And I just want to say thank you guys for this opportunity that KAYSEN'S going to be able to have here. And you guys, most of you guys seem like nice young men. I don't know though, but I haven't talked to most all of you yet. But you know, I just want to say thank you. And he's great. He enjoys video games, and he tries to enjoy them after I beat him. But it's okay. But he's just great personality, a little shy, but you can break that shell really easily. So anything, and then I'm gonna hand it over to KAYSEN. He's gonna tell you about his journey and a little bit about how we met and how this is gonna really help him in the long term. So KAYSEN, take it away.
Okay.
Yes, first of all, I'd like to thank Dan.
Up off your ass. That's great. Hat off.
First of all, I'd like to thank Dan for contacting them and helping me to get to this point. And so how I met Dan was I actually at my brother's game, and then we just played a little bit of wiffle ball.
And I struck him out, but we don't need to talk about that.
Yeah. Yeah, so once I started to find out, like right before when I found out I got diagnosed with cancer, I started limping at one of my all-star practices. Like I was running laps, and I started like limping really hard, and luckily I never fractured it. And then like I. It was from, I was playing catcher, and so,
You got it.
yeah, so basically, I was limping when I was trying to run laps, and then the next day we went to a bone specialist, and they found a tumor. And then a couple weeks after that, I went to an MRI, and they found out that it was cancerous. So I had to take treatment in California. So they had to basically do a biopsy, which is see what's going on. And then like today is actually my 1 year anniversary with this metal bone in my leg.
Let's give him a call.
All right.
Yeah, so basically they had to replace that. They actually, before that, they gave me 3 options. The 3 options were to cut off my leg and replace that with a prosthetic, and I'll be able to play baseball again. And the other one was this weird option. It was to, it's called reverse plasty. It's where they cut the middle of their leg, and they take your foot, and then they were like turn it over, so your heel would become your knee, and then you would have half your leg and half prosthetic. And I'll still be able to run. But beside that, I picked this one, which was to look normal and have a metal bone in my leg, and I would never have any physical contact with my leg ever again. So I would never be able to play baseball, play football, run, jump, or yeah. And then
But he can out hit every one of you guys right now.
Oh yeah.
and yeah, basically after the surgery, I just had to keep on working on walking and walking. So I had to start with the walker, put light pressure on my foot, and I moved on to crutches where I had to put more pressure. And then I moved on to a cane. There's like a four cane when it's like this, and then there's 4 balls. There's one on 2 top and 2 bottom. Then I moved to the single cane. That was actually the most difficult. Actually the second difficult. And then I had to move on to just basically balancing, like on 2 feet, just normally like this. And then after that, I just had to work on walking upstairs, walking just regular, just walking on treadmills, and just balancing on 1 foot. And then eventually, like a couple months, 5 months ago, I actually finished treatment. Yeah. Oh yeah. So I have this port in my chest. It's actually under my skin, and it's connected to a vein in my neck. So they don't have to keep on poking me in the vein in my arms. So what they have to do is there's two in this in this port right here. So they have to put 2 needles in here, so, and then draw blood from there. So because it's connected to my vein right here, as you can see, and yeah, and eventually in a couple of weeks I won't be able to get it out, and I'll be able to throw and all that. Yeah. Yeah.
Gotta turn on him.
Oh yeah, Dan. He makes me rage a couple times on 2K.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's because he sucks.
Yeah. That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
Do we have to have this lawyer look at the contract?
Yeah.
Good to go with it?
Yeah, I think
Turn this over
I
to
think it's
Coach
time.
Stolte to do this official signing of the national letter of intent, and then Kaysen will take questions from the media out here. Okay.
Hey, last chance, you sure you want?
Yeah.
We're stuck with this,
Yeah.
buddy.
If I get any calls from him, you're dead meat. I'm blaming it all on him.
I just
Right there.
That might be a quick call.
You have better handwriting than you.
I know it does. It's not very hard though. So which one of you is he going to beat out at first, second? What are we talking here?
You have to do
1-year anniversary.
Yeah.
17th.
What a contract we
21st of
signed.
March.
Yeah.
And we have, you've got your own locker.
Oh, wow.
Right.
Shut up.
Yeah, before we move him in the locker, okay? You guys are the media. Do you have any questions for Kaysen? We'll open the door for questions. There's one here.
What's your favorite baseball team?
Rebels.
What's your favorite number?
4.
Who's number 4 in here? You're in trouble, dude. Huh?
My favorite number is 4 because of Lou Gehrig. Yeah, he used to play with Babe Ruth.
Yeah.
He actually got that. He actually had disease too, called Lou Gehrig disease.
Another question here. We'll get the guys involved. So when Coach Stolte's on the road with you, what food does he need to order for you on the road trips there?
Teriyaki.
Sushi, man.
Got one?
You got one right here.
My favorite position? Honestly, it was shortstop. Yeah.
Bryson, look out.
So, what's your favorite like game system so Nate can get it for us?
The PS4.
Nate. Locker room.
Yeah, and then once, now that we didn't know how big you were, now we know how to put clothes to put in there and size you up. Sweet.
Yeah.
That's awesome, buddy. Come on, sit in your
Coach,
locker, huh?
Coach, you got to sign that.
Yeah.
I did already. Oh, okay. Good. Right up there. Yes.
You're official, man.
Yeah.
Okay, go check out your locker.
I feel like Becky runs.
No, we don't let you.
No food, no tip.
Wow.
Are you shaving yet? Shaving stuff up. You're all set.
Wow. Thank you.
Yeah. So can we get a picture of
Yeah,
us?
Mom wants to say.
Oh, yeah, awesome, yeah.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
Dennis.
All right. Hey, can I get a ride, man? Good shot, good.
Coach, you're in on this.
Back.
You want an oil change?
Yeah, it would be one.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody, for this huge opportunity for KAYSEN. He's one of 6, and every single one of our kids played in a sport. So he was actually at a field since birth. You know, he followed through his siblings, and he was actually really fast. You know, like he said, shortstop, he played middle infield, he pitched, but what got us was when he caught for Little League. And we all thought that he's just making excuses because he didn't want to catch, but now, you know, he has life, and that is the only thing that matters to him. He did break down a few times, and, you know, he had Dan. While everybody was in school, he was stuck at home, and actually a year in the hospital receiving chemotherapy. He had a few friends that passed away in the hospital, and for 11, that was really hard, you know. He never gave up though, and he loves baseball. And for you guys to do this, and thank you to the foundation, you know, for making this happen. KAYSEN accepted that he can never run again, but he just got the okay this past Tuesday that he can golf. So, as you can see, he's very competitive, especially these guys. They yell at each other, and I'm like, oh, shut up, get my patients in the hospital. But yeah, he can golf. So we'll start from there. You know, it's nice because they don't have to go in and surgery on his leg each time they want him to grow because he's lopsided, you know. It's a metal rod, so it expands with a magnet. So yeah, KAYSEN just got the okay, and they know how competitive he is because during group he couldn't even walk, but he would be shooting baskets, you know, and people would go and get the ball for him. So yeah, at least he can keep that up, but especially be a part of your guys' team. And I guess UNLV for life, right?
Absolutely.
So thank you very much, everyone.